Most people do not find out their kidneys are failing until they have already lost more than half of their function. Not 30%, not 40%, more than half. Gone. Silently. Without a single symptom that felt serious enough to investigate. And the reason that happens so consistently, the reason kidney disease has become one of the fastest growing chronic conditions in adults over 60 in the United States, is not genetics. It is not bad luck. It is 5 specific foods that the majority of Americans over 60 consume regularly, often daily, under the genuine belief that they are making reasonable or even healthy choices. My name is Dr. James Way. I have spent over 2 decades in preventive and cardiovascular medicine watching the downstream consequences of kidney damage arrive at the worst possible moment after the window for meaningful intervention has already closed. Today, I am going to name all 5 foods directly, explain exactly what they do to kidney tissue at the cellular level, and give you the specific replacements that protect your kidneys starting with your next meal. Stay until the end because number 1 on this list is something that a significant number of people over 60 consume every single morning, believing it supports their health. The research tells a very different story. Before we begin, one question I want you to answer in the comments. Have you ever had a doctor specifically test your kidney function and explain what the numbers mean? Not just run the test, but actually sit down and explain it to you? Leave your answer below. I read every response, and the pattern in those answers tells me a great deal about where the gaps in preventive care are widest. Here is what you need to understand first about how kidneys age, because without this context, the danger from these 5 foods makes no sense. Your kidneys contain approximately 1 million microscopic filtration units called nephrons. Every drop of blood in your body passes through these nephrons roughly 30 times per day. They filter waste, regulate blood pressure, balance electrolytes, and produce hormones that signal your bone marrow to generate red blood cells. They are among the most metabolically active and structurally complex organs in the human body. After the age of 60, kidney function naturally declines at a rate of approximately 1% per year. By the time you reach 70, a healthy person has already lost roughly 10% of baseline kidney capacity simply through aging. That is normal. That is manageable. The problem is that the 5 foods I am about to describe accelerate that decline dramatically, in some cases by a factor of 3 to 4 times the normal aging rate. And they do it through mechanisms that produce no pain, no obvious symptoms, and no warning until the damage has compounded to a clinical threshold. By that point, the nephrons that have been destroyed do not regenerate. They are gone permanently. This is why what you eat in your 60s and 70s is not a minor variable in your kidney story. It is the primary one. Number 5. Processed and cured meats. This category includes deli meats, hot dogs, bacon, sausage, canned meats, and any meat product that has been preserved through salting, curing, smoking, or the addition of chemical preservatives. The kidney threat here operates through 2 simultaneous mechanisms, and both are serious. The first is sodium. A single 2-ounce serving of deli turkey, which most people would consider a light and reasonable lunch choice, contains between 400 and 600 milligrams of sodium. A typical serving of bacon adds another 400. Most processed meat products push a single meal well past the American Heart Association's recommended daily total for adults with any degree of kidney vulnerability. And here is why that matters specifically for kidneys. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering and excreting excess sodium from your bloodstream. When sodium load chronically exceeds what the kidneys can efficiently process, blood pressure inside the tiny filtration vessels of the nephrons elevates. Over months and years, that sustained pressure physically damages the vessel walls, scarring the filtration membrane and permanently reducing capacity. The second mechanism is phosphorus additives. This is the one almost nobody talks about. Natural phosphorus found in whole foods like meat, dairy, and legumes is absorbed at a rate of roughly 40 to 60% because it is bound to organic compounds your digestive system processes slowly. but processed meats use inorganic phosphate additives as preservatives and flavor enhancers, and inorganic phosphate is absorbed at a rate of nearly 100%. It enters your bloodstream rapidly, and in quantities your kidneys must work to excrete continuously. A 2017 study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that high dietary phosphate load was independently associated with accelerated kidney function decline, even in adults with no pre-existing kidney disease. The kidneys handling that load are not filtering gently. They are working at elevated capacity for hours after every processed meat meal, and that sustained overwork leaves microscopic damage that compounds with every serving. The replacement is straightforward. Fresh, unprocessed protein sources, fish, chicken breast, turkey cooked at home without added salt, eggs, and legumes provide equivalent or superior protein with dramatically lower sodium and without inorganic phosphate additives. If you want the convenience of deli-style meat, look specifically for products with no added nitrates and under 150 milligrams of sodium per serving. They exist. They simply require reading the label. Number 4. Carbonated soft drinks, and specifically dark colas. This one surprises people because the intuitive assumption is that liquid cannot damage a kidney the way food can. But for this specific category of beverage, the research is remarkably consistent, and the mechanism is distinct from everything else on this list. Dark cola beverages contain phosphoric acid, added specifically to create the sharp, slightly tangy flavor profile that distinguishes cola from other carbonated drinks. Phosphoric acid delivers a concentrated, rapidly absorbed phosphate load with every serving. A single 12-ounce can of cola contains between 40 and 70 milligrams of phosphoric acid. Consumed daily, that represents a continuous phosphate burden on the kidneys that compounds the damage from dietary sources described in number 5. A major epidemiological study published in Epidemiology found that adults who consumed 2 or more colas daily had twice the risk of developing chronic kidney disease compared to those who did not, independent of other dietary factors. But there is a second component specific to dark colas that affects kidney health through a completely different pathway. High fructose corn syrup, the primary sweetener in most cola products, is metabolized almost entirely in the liver, and one of the byproducts of that metabolic process is uric acid. Elevated uric acid in the bloodstream is the same mechanism that drives gout, but its effects on the kidneys are less visible and far more sustained. Uric acid crystals can deposit directly in kidney tissue, causing localized inflammation and scarring. A study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that adults with chronically elevated uric acid had a significantly higher rate of kidney function decline over a 10-year period compared to matched controls with normal uric acid levels. The replacement here is genuinely simple. Water remains the single most protective beverage for kidney health at any age. If plain water feels unsatisfying, add fresh lemon, cucumber, or mint. Sparkling water without phosphoric acid is a safe alternative for those who want carbonation. Unsweetened herbal teas and diluted fresh fruit juices in small quantities are reasonable options. The goal is not perfect restriction, but meaningful reduction. If you are currently drinking 1 cola daily, dropping to 3 per week produces measurable protective benefit. Number 3. This one is the entry on this list most likely to create genuine surprise, because it has been marketed as a health food for decades and occupies prominent shelf space in every health food store in the country. I am talking about certain high-dose antioxidant supplements, and specifically supplements containing very high doses of vitamin C and E when consumed in quantities well above the established recommended daily intake. The foundational misunderstanding here is that if a nutrient is beneficial at normal dietary levels, more must be better. The kidney physiology of antioxidant metabolism does not support that assumption. Your kidneys filter the breakdown products of every supplement you consume. Vitamin C, at doses above 1,000 milligrams daily, is metabolized in part to oxalate, a compound that in sufficient concentration forms crystals in kidney tissue. Those crystals cause direct physical damage to the tubular cells of the nephron. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that men who supplemented with 1,000 milligrams or more of vitamin C daily had a significantly elevated rate of kidney stone formation compared to those obtaining vitamin C from food sources. High-dose vitamin E supplementation above 400 international units daily has been associated in multiple studies with increased all-cause mortality in older adults, and emerging research suggests that the oxidative stress produced by excessive antioxidant supplementation in the presence of already compromised kidney tissue can paradoxically accelerate rather than reduce cellular damage. The mechanism here is called antioxidant interference, where supraphysiological doses disrupt the kidney's own precisely calibrated redox balance. The important clarification: this applies to supplements in megadose form, not to vitamins obtained through food. Eating an orange, a handful of almonds, or a serving of spinach delivers vitamin C and E within ranges that kidney tissue handles efficiently. The problem is isolated, concentrated supplementation at doses the kidneys were not designed to process continuously. If you are currently taking high-dose vitamin C or E supplements, discuss the dose with your physician. Dropping to food-based sources and a standard multivitamin within recommended daily values eliminates this risk entirely. Number 2. Excessive dietary protein, and specifically protein consumed in the concentrated forms that have become extraordinarily popular in the health and fitness industry over the past decade. Protein powders, protein bars, high-protein meal replacement shakes, and diets structured around consuming 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. For an adult over 60 who weighs 180 pounds, that formula recommends 180 grams of protein per day. The kidneys were not designed to handle that load at 65. Here is the physiology. When your body metabolizes protein, the process produces nitrogen waste products, primarily urea and creatinine. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering and excreting those waste products from the bloodstream. At moderate dietary protein levels, 20 to 30% of total calories from protein, the kidneys handle this workload efficiently. But when protein intake is chronically elevated above that threshold, the filtration pressure inside the nephrons increases measurably. Researchers call this glomerular hyperfiltration. Over time, sustained hyperfiltration physically stretches and scars the delicate filtration membranes of the nephrons, causing progressive loss of function. A review published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adults over 60 with even mildly reduced kidney function showed accelerated decline when consuming high-protein diets above 1.3 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. And the critical nuance: mildly reduced kidney function in adults over 60 is extraordinarily common, affecting an estimated 37% of Americans in that age group. The majority of them have never been formally diagnosed because they have never been symptomatic. They are following high-protein diet advice designed for young athletes with fully intact kidney capacity, and their nephrons are paying the price. The adjustment here is not elimination of protein, which would create its own serious health problems. It is calibration. For most adults over 60, a target of 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight provides full support for muscle maintenance and metabolic function without imposing hyperfiltration stress. That translates to approximately 65 to 80 grams daily for most people in this demographic. Prioritize plant-based protein sources, including lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa wherever possible, as plant protein has been consistently shown to impose lower filtration burden on the kidneys than equivalent amounts of animal protein. Number 1. The one I referenced at the beginning. The one that a meaningful percentage of people watching this video consume every single morning believing it is supporting their health. Over-the-counter non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. NSAIDs. Ibuprofen sold under brand names like Advil and Motrin. Naproxen sold as Aleve. These medications are available without a prescription in every pharmacy, grocery store, and gas station in the country. They are taken casually, routinely, and often daily by tens of millions of Americans over 60 for joint pain, arthritis, back pain, and general inflammation. and they are among the most consistently documented causes of accelerated kidney damage in the older adult population in all of nephrology. Here is the mechanism that makes NSAIDs specifically dangerous for aging kidneys. Your kidneys rely on a class of compounds called prostaglandins to maintain adequate blood flow through the nephron filtration vessels. Prostaglandins act as vasodilators, keeping those tiny vessels open and ensuring that blood pressure inside the nephron stays within a safe, functional range. NSAIDs work by blocking prostaglandin synthesis throughout the body. That is precisely how they reduce inflammation and pain. But in the kidneys, blocking prostaglandins causes the filtration vessels to constrict. Blood flow to the nephrons drops, filtration pressure becomes unstable, and in an aging kidney already operating with reduced reserve capacity, that constriction can trigger an acute injury event in which nephrons die in significant numbers within hours of a single dose. A single dose. Not chronic use. A single large dose of ibuprofen taken during a period of mild dehydration, which as we discussed earlier is the default morning state for most adults over 60, can cause measurable acute kidney injury. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that regular NSAID use in adults over 60 was associated with a 2 to 3 times higher rate of acute kidney injury compared to non-users. The American Kidney Fund now lists over-the-counter NSAIDs as one of the leading preventable causes of kidney failure in older adults in the United States. The alternative approach depends on the underlying condition. For mild to moderate pain and inflammation, acetaminophen taken within recommended doses is significantly safer for kidney tissue. For chronic joint or arthritis pain, topical anti-inflammatory gels applied directly to the affected area achieve local pain relief with minimal systemic absorption and negligible kidney impact. For more significant inflammatory conditions, a conversation with your physician about prescription alternatives that do not carry NSAID-related kidney risk is worth having explicitly, using the information in this video as the starting point. Here is your complete kidney protection summary. Reduce processed and cured meats and replace with fresh unprocessed protein sources. Eliminate or sharply reduce dark cola beverages and replace with water, herbal tea, or phosphate-free sparkling water. Review high-dose antioxidant supplements with your physician and shift toward food-based vitamin sources. Calibrate dietary protein to 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight and prioritize plant protein sources. And replace routine NSAID use with acetaminophen, topical anti-inflammatories, or physician-guided alternatives. These are not dramatic lifestyle overhauls. They are specific, targeted substitutions, and the kidneys they protect are irreplaceable. Unlike the liver, which retains meaningful regenerative capacity, kidney nephrons do not grow back. The function you preserve in your 60s and 70s is the function you carry through the rest of your life. What you do at your next meal and the meal after that is not a small decision in that context. If this reached you at the right time, share it. There is someone in your life managing daily joint pain with ibuprofen who has never been told what it is doing to their kidneys. This information could change the conversation they have with their doctor at their next appointment. Subscribe for weekly evidence-based content on what your body needs to thrive after 60. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 surprised you most? I read every single answer. Medical disclaimer. All content in this video is for educational purposes only and is based on publicly available published research. It does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your physician before making any changes to your medications, diet, or health routine. Individual results may vary. This video contains AI-generated content.